this. So in previous class we discussed about triangular law of vector addition. No? Yes. Good. Good morning, ma. Rani. Good morning to all. Good morning to all. Yeah. So what is triangular law? Triangular law statement important. No, I told you 5 marks important it is. If two vectors represents two sides of a triangle taken in one particular order, then the sum or resultant of the two vectors is given by the closing side of a triangle taken in opposite order for the two vectors. Okay, and the diagram is diagrammatic representation. One vector is here like this p bar, it is imagine this arrow head, and another vector where we should draw another vector at the head of this like this. This is, let us imagine q bar. Here angle between these two is how much, theta angle. Angle we should take here only. See, between two vectors, angle cannot be this angle, this is not angle. Always angle is between head and tail. Head is here this side. So this will be the angle, this is not the angle. Remember this point. Important. Sometimes students will do mistakes while taking angles. Angle, which angle we should take, sir? We should take the angle which is between two vectors. That means one is from the head, another one is from the tail. This should be there. If we take here, this is from tail, this is also from tail. We should not take like this. It is very important rule, Nana. And while doing subtraction of vector, you will have more concepts like this. Be careful. Angle should be this angle only we should take. Okay? Yeah. So here, come to this point. So these are, if you see, you can construct one triangle with these two vectors, no? Yes. So the sum of these two vectors can be given by one closing side of a triangle like this. This is resultant vector r bar. Here, yes, this resultant vector r bar has two things in it. One is magnitude, another one is direction. Okay? Yeah. So what is the magnitude of this r bar, sir? R bar magnitude is magnitude is square root of p bar square or p square. P bar square means it will give magnitude only, plus q bar square plus 2pq cos theta. Yes, this value it will gives you magnitude of these two vectors p and q, nana. Clear? Okay. Then what is the direction, sir? Direction is this r bar is making some angle alpha with a bar, with p bar. R bar is making some angle alpha with the p bar. How much angle it is? If you want to do, you take tan alpha. Okay. So if you want to take tan alpha, there should be one right angle triangle. Okay. Sir, write, please write down. Okay, I'll write. Okay, I'll write down. Sorry? Yeah, it is. No? Yes. Now, okay, this is p bar and this is q bar, nana. And angle between these two is this is the angle theta. Yes. So this will be your resultant vector r bar. Here, this is making some angle alpha. Modulus of r bar, value of r bar, resultant is root of p square. Bar I am not writing, don't worry. Okay, nothing will happen. P square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta. Cos theta is the angle between these two vectors p bar and q bar. Now for finding direction, we should find the angle. In which angle it is making with p bar. In previous class I have given vectors a and b. Now I am taking p and q. Anything you can take. Don't confuse with that. Okay? So if we construct one right angle triangle, this will be q cos theta. This will be q sin theta. Now here we are having one right angle triangle like this. We are having one right angle triangle like this. This is r. This is alpha. This is q sin theta. This is p plus q cos theta. Yes or no? Up to here p. This is q cos theta. Totally p plus q cos theta. Now take tan alpha from that. Tan alpha is opposite side. Opposite side is q theta upon adjacent side is p plus q cos theta. So this will give two directions. Sorry, alpha is equal to tan inverse of q sin theta upon p plus q cos theta. Yes, this will give two direction. Means this alpha from where? From p. This alpha is making, that means r bar resultant vector is making some angle alpha with p bar in that direction. How? See, p bar is in this direction, your resultant will be in this direction at an angle of alpha with p bar. Means it is in this direction. That is the meaning. Okay, magnitude and direction both we are representing. Clear? Point is important, remember. Okay. Now, come to this point. Come to this point, magnitude. See here, two vectors are there. Here, two vectors are there. One is p bar like this. Another one is q bar like this. What is the angle between these two? This is the angle between these two. Then resultant is this much. Okay. So by adding, if let us imagine, if two vectors are, one is like this, another one is exactly like this. Now what is the angle between these two? Angle between these two is 90 degrees. No, yes, 90 degrees angle is there. Here, yes, 90 degrees angle is there. Okay? Here also 90 degrees angle is there. Between these two 90 degrees angle is there. Substitute 90 here. You get resultant r bar is equal to root of p square plus q square plus 2pq cos 90 is 0. 0. You will get this much answer. Root of p square plus q square, you will get the answer. Are you understanding, students? Okay. If the angle between these two is 90 degrees, cos 90 degree, cos 90 degrees, cos 90 is 0. 0 into 2pq is 0. 0 plus anything is that one value only. That is root of p square plus q square value. If this is for this. If two vectors are like this is p bar and this is also q bar. Angle between these how much? 0 degrees. Angle between these two is 0 degrees. 0 degrees angle is there. Then your resultant value will become root of p square plus q square plus 2pq. Cos 0 is 1. 1 into pq is 2pq. This is the value. This is totally the root. That means simply we can add them. We will get this vector. That means you will get this is as r. Resultant is it is in the form of a square plus b square plus 2ab. That means it can be written as p plus q का whole square. Correct? Yes. Yes or no? Yes. A plus b whole square is a square plus b square plus 2ab. Root 2 square cancel. What you are getting? You are getting p plus q. Yes, see. When two vectors are along same straight line, simply we can add them like the scalars. But if there is some angle is there, then we should add according to this formula. Clear? If opposite are there, sir, then opposite way. One vector is like this, another vector is like this. Now angle how much? Angle is 180 degrees now. Okay. Cos 180 is minus 1. Minus 1 into 2pq is minus 2pq. Means here you get minus 2pq. That means it can be this minus. That means it will be minus. Means simply we have to subtract them. That means addition of two vectors. Again, yes, I'll come back with the points. Yes, I will explain once again. This is p bar and this is q bar. There is some angle between these two, theta. Okay, your resultant is square root of p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta. Correct? Yes. Now, if theta is equal to 0 degrees, means the two vectors are along same straight line like this. Two vectors are same straight line like this is there. This is p bar angle is q bar, and angle between these two are 0 degrees. Then your resultant will become, that implies resultant will become root of p square plus q square plus 2pq cos 0. Okay, that means root of p square plus q square plus 2pq cos 0 is 1. Cos of 0 degrees is 1. Cos of 0 degrees is 1 always. Okay, trigonometric ratio is 0. That means it will become r equal to root of p tangent as p plus q whole square. Yes or no? Yes, we can write. No? Yes. That means square root cancel. You'll get r is equal to p plus q only. Simply addition of two vectors. Just we can add them like the numbers. Okay. This is the thing what will happen when two vectors are same straight line. Theta is 0 degrees. Okay. If you take two vectors are opposite like this. One vector is right side, one vector is left side is there. Then what will be the angle between these two vectors? Angle how much? Angle will become 180 degrees. No? Yes. Angle will be 180 degrees. Anti-parallel vectors. Parallel vectors, anti-parallel vectors. Angle will be 180 degrees. So then your resultant will become root of p square plus q square plus 2pq cos 180 degrees. PQ values is not changing, just angle is changing. Then your resultant will become p square plus q square plus 2pq cos 180 is minus 1, so minus 2pq. Okay? Why I am writing minus here? Because cos of 180 degrees is minus 1. Minus 1 into 2pq is minus 2pq. Clear? Okay na? That means it can be written as p square plus q square minus 2pq can be written as minus p minus q whole square we can write. That means this will become like this. R will become square root of p minus q whole square. Square root cancel. What are we getting? We are getting p minus q. That's it. When two vectors are anti-parallel, simply we have to subtract them. Two vectors are parallel, simply we have to add them. Clear? Okay? Sir, if two vectors are perpendicular, then what will happen? Keep cos 90 here. Cos 90 is 0. 0 into anything is 0. So you get root of p square plus q square. You will get root of p square plus q square you will get. Any angle you take, 30 degrees side takes sir. Okay, 60 degrees side takes sir. Hey, cos 60 is 1 by 2. 1 by 2, 2 cancel. Your answer will be root of p square plus q square plus pq. 2 half cancel. That depends upon the angle. That means vectors cannot be added like numbers, but they have to be added with this formula. Okay? They give value of p and q in exam, sir. Yeah. Yes, I'll give one example. One example. Let us do one example. Okay? Yes. See, let us imagine there are two vectors are there. 4. Another vector 3. Angle between these two is 60 degrees take. Then what is the resultant value? Can you find what will be the resultant value? You consider this as p, this as q, this is as angle theta. P square, 4 square. I'll write p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta is the formula. Yes. So resultant is root of p square is 4 square plus 3 square plus 2 into 4 into 3 into cos 60. Okay? Root of 4 square is 16 plus 3 square is 9 plus 2 into 4 into 3 into 1 by 2. Cos 60 is 1 by 2. Correct. Cos 60 value is sin 30. Sin 30 is half. Yes. So 2 cancel. Here root of 16 plus 9 plus 12. Yes. What is this value? 16 plus 9 is 25. 25 plus 12 is 37. Yes. 37. Root 37. Whatever you get that value, that will be the answer. Means root 37 is the resultant. Means if you add these two, your resultant R value is 37 under root. And how much angle to make? That alpha also you can find if you want. Alpha also you can find if you want. 6.1 they are saying. Okay. 6.1. 6 is the 36. Okay. Almost you will get it. Okay. Approximately 6.1 value it is. Are you understanding? Clear? How to add the two vectors? Clear? Yes. Now I get one more. I take one more. Angle over there, angle between these two is 90 degrees. 90 degrees angle I am taking. Two vectors, 3 and 4. What will be the resultant? It is direct one. No? Resultant will be 5. Directly you can say logic numbers. Yes, resultant is 5. See how you will get R is equal to root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta. Root of P, this is P I am taking, this is Q I am taking. You are this, whatever you want to take. Nothing will happen, okay? P is 3 square plus 4 square plus 2 into 3 into 4 into cos 90. Root of 3 square is 9 plus 4 square is 16 plus 0. Cos 90 is 0, 0 into anything is 0. Means it is root of under root of 25. That means 5. This will be 5. Okay. Now okay, Nana? Yes, small disturbance is there. Okay. Clear? This is 5. Okay. How much angle this is? This is angle is 53 degrees, Nana. We will calculate later. Calculation will become bigger, but I will show you definitely after. Otherwise, stay here. What is tan alpha? This is alpha. It is making an alpha angle. Okay. Tan alpha find. Tan alpha is opposite side is 4. Adjacent side is 3. So tan alpha is equal to 4 by 3 means 1.33. Alpha is equal to tan inverse of 1.33. Correct? So this angle will become how much? 53 degrees now. You have to remember this. 4 by 3 is 1 by 3, you know. Pythagoras triplet only, yes. If you remember with that, okay. But if you want to do with this method, yes, you will get the answer this like this. Yes, observe, correct. Pythagoras triplet only is 3, 4, 5. But we are using triangular law. Okay? Clear? Okay, yes. So this is about triangular law. How to add two vectors by using triangle. Okay? See here, but one disadvantage with this triangle law is two vectors should be like this. One vector is P bar is like this. Another vector should be sir, tell alpha once again. Okay, I'll come back to that point later. Again, same problems we will get. I'll tell you later. Okay? Yeah. So see, first two vectors are given p bar, another vector is given q bar. Okay? So that by two vectors we can construct a triangle like this. This is a closing side. Like this we can construct. But according to the triangular law, this p bar and q bar should be taken in one particular order. That means we have to shift this to here. Q bar should be shifted here. Then only we can construct a triangle. Okay na? But when this type of figure is there like this p bar and q bar, like co-initial vectors are there, then how to add them? Then we have another law that is called as parallelogram law. Parallelogram law. Okay? Do you understand what I am saying? Triangular law advantage is p bar and q bar should be in one particular order. P bar is here, q bar also starting from same point like this. Means we can't use triangular law. Now further, what we have to do is, let us imagine here, see, two vectors are there, p bar, another vector is q bar, like this, two vectors are there. Now to add these two vectors, okay, angle between these two is theta angle is there between these two now. How much angle is there between these two? Theta angle is there between these two now. Okay? Now to add these two vectors, what we will do is, we will construct one imaginary parallelogram. Like this. We will construct one imaginary parallelogram. It is visible to dotted lines what I have drawn. And you know that in a parallelogram, two parallel sides are equal. No? Yes. That means this is also p bar and this is also q bar. Clear na? That means this is also q bar and this is the angle between these two. It is again become like a triangle. Okay, but what we will do is we will draw one parallel side to this. Now we will draw one resultant vector from these two. This is r bar, resultant vector. And this r bar is making some angle alpha with this one, with p bar. Resultant vector r bar is making some angle alpha with p bar. Means if you clearly observe, it is again triangular law only. But here with two co-initial vectors, we can add directly like this. The resultant will be here. How you are drawing? You are drawing like this. You are constructing one parallelogram. Okay, and we are drawing this like this, resultant, and this will be q bar. Clear? Are you understanding? That means, sir, video start. Why? Now okay na, students? Now okay? Yeah. So statement saying if p bar and q bar represents two sides of a parallelogram. If p bar and q bar represents any two sides of a parallelogram, then the resultant of or sum of these two vectors is given by the diagonal of this parallelogram. The diagonal of this parallelogram gives the resultant of these two vectors. Are you understanding what I am saying? Statement C. If p bar and q bar represent two sides of a parallelogram, then the resultant of these two vectors is given by the diagonal of the parallelogram. Statement is important. They will ask you, state and prove parallelogram law of vector addition. Parallelogram law of vector addition. Statement is similar to triangular diagram. There, in the place of triangle, we will replace with the parallelogram here, and there opposite side we will replace with the diagonal. That's it. Statement one more time revision. If P bar and Q bar represent two sides of a parallelogram, then resultant of these two vectors, these two sides is given by these two vectors is given by the diagonal of that parallelogram. Okay, na? This is a statement, and I hope you understand this clearly. Okay, na? Two vectors are named like this. One is P bar, another vector is Q bar. These are the two vectors like this are given for us. Then how to add these two vectors? These two vectors are having coincident vectors like this. Now to add these two vectors, okay. The angle between these two vectors is theta and theta angle is there between these two. Now to add these two vectors without shifting that Q bar, if you shift this Q bar to here, it will become a triangle. Okay, but we don't want to shift. Directly we need to find. Then what you have to do is you construct one parallelogram. Construct one parallelogram. Okay, na? So this parallelogram I am giving name OABC. Parallelogram I am taking. OABC is my parallelogram now. Now for this parallelogram, OA is one side, OC is one side. These two sides represents my two vectors, P bar and Q bar. Then the resultant of these two vectors is given by the diagonal of this parallelogram. That is OB. This I am representing with letter R bar. Clear? Yes. If you want, this is the value. This length gives the value, magnitude of R bar. And if you want direction, this R bar is making some angle alpha with P bar. That will be the angle. Direction. See, in vectors, direction can be given by angle now. Remember, okay? Yeah. Resultant is making some angle alpha with P bar. Okay? So this is the statement. If P bar and Q bar represents two parallels, if P bar and Q bar represent two sides of a parallelogram, then resultant of the two sides or the two vectors is given by the diagonal of that parallelogram. Which diagonal? This is not the diagonal. The diagonal which is passing from the two vectors. That diagonal. You don't take this opposite diagonal. However, if you take this also, you will get answer, but you take this diagonal only. Okay, na? Yes. Statement is clear, very easy. Statement is important. You have to write in your board exam. If P bar and Q bar represent two sides of a parallelogram, then resultant of the two vectors is given by the resultant of the two vectors. That is diagonal of the two vectors. Diagonal of the parallelogram. Okay. Statement is there in your material book. You read there. Okay. Now I am going to find the value of R bar. What is the value of R bar? Okay. Mathematical analysis I am doing. Graphically I have shown you what is R bar and how it will be in what direction. Now mathematically I want. Okay. So for that what I am doing is, we know in a parallelogram any two parallel sides are equal. That means this is Q means this is also Q. Here this is P means this is also P. However, this is not required. Only this is required for us. Okay. Yes. Now what I am doing is, see, I am extending this A in the direction of A bar. P bar I am extending in a straight line. Okay. I am extending like this. Okay. Extended. Okay. So after extending this, what you need to do is, so this is Q bar now. Between P and Q, some angle theta is there. And here also you draw angle theta is there here. Theta angle is there. Between P and Q, angle theta is there here. Okay, na? And here also these are the P and Q only. This is Q. Clear? Between these two also angle theta is there. Now, from B, draw one perpendicular. This I call it as CD. This is A, B, D. Now it has become a right angle triangle. Here it is your right angle. This is your angle. Clear? Okay na? Yes. Now again, same thing what we have done in triangular law. See here. Now I am taking cos theta. Cos theta. What is cos theta for this triangle? Cos theta is adjacent side by hypotenuse. This is the adjacent side. This is the opposite side. This is the hypotenuse. Adjacent side is what we have AD upon hypotenuse is what we have AB. AB is the hypotenuse. Then cos theta is equal to AD is unknown value upon A to B is Q. A to B is equal to OC. OC is Q. So I am taking Q. That means AD is equal to Q cos theta. Means here its value is this total value is Q cos theta. Clear? Yes. Again from this value only, I am taking sin theta value. What is sin theta? Opposite side by hypotenuse. For this theta, opposite side is BD. Opposite side is BD. Hypotenuse is AB. So sin theta is equal to BD is unknown value upon AB is again Q. That means BD is Q sin theta. That means this total value is Q sin theta. Clear? Are you understanding clearly? It is similar to triangular again. No confusion. That means totally we are having one right angle triangle now. This is your resultant vector. This is your Q sin theta. Q bar if you want. This will be P plus Q cos theta. Correct? From here to here P. From here to here P. From here to here Q cos theta. So total will be P plus Q cos theta. Here there is a rectangle and here it is alpha angle. See here alpha angle is there. Clear? Bar also take because these are vectors. Finish. Now it is a right angle triangle. In this right angle triangle, apply Pythagoras theorem. Apply Pythagoras theorem. What will you get? Hypotenuse square is equal to opposite square. Adjacent square first step. Adjacent square. P plus Q whole square plus Q sin theta whole square. Yes. So resultant vector is equal to, it is in the form of P square plus Q square cos square theta plus yes. A plus B whole square no. Yes. P square plus Q square cos square theta plus 2PQ cos theta plus directly we can apply directly we can apply, but they will ask you this proof in your board exam. That's why I am showing. Otherwise directly we can do. Objective directly we will do. We will not use this many steps. Directly we will do. But in our board exam they will ask. This total descriptive manner they will ask. So that's why I am showing you these are things. Okay? And last thing, Q square sin square theta. In your board exams, you should write descriptive manner. Then only they will give full marks. Okay? Yeah. So it will be R square is equal to P square plus. Here see Q square cos square theta is there. Q square sin square theta is there. Now from these two I am taking Q square common. You will get sin square theta plus cos square theta plus 2PQ cos theta. That means resultant square is equal to P square plus Q square because sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1. 1 into Q square is Q square plus 2PQ cos theta. Then what is R sir? R is root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta. Yes, it is again like a resultant value what we have got in triangular law. Same value. Clear? Triangular law where we have to use, parallelogram law where we have to use. If it is clear for you, then everything is okay. Triangular law we have to use when two vectors are taken in one particular order, p bar, q bar, like this. But here parallelogram law, both are starting from same point. Yes, what observe? This is important, and every time, maximum number of times, they are asking this question only for 5 marks in your board exams. In your board exams, this is the question they are asking for 5 marks every year. Any doubt? Hey, it is easy. Already this type of thing already we have solved. No? Clear? Good, very good. So tomorrow you are having exam. Prepare well. Don't waste your time. At least today, those who have not studied still, at least today you prepare now. Okay, tomorrow exam is there.